Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Video Truder, and welcome back to Crusader Kings 2, where things are going pretty well for Cornwall and very, very badly for England, but King Catastrophe's reign hasn't started off quite as smoothly as we hoped for. You know, we were hoping for a series of beautiful, dashing excommunication war victories to just pile on that prestige, and hasn't really worked out that way, actually. England managed to get themselves brought back into the fold. Denmark managed to actually declare an anti-pope, which I failed to realise, unfortunately meant I could have immediately re-declared war on them, just like, you know, a slightly different war. Though honestly, I feel like if you're already in an excommunication war and they set up an anti-pope, it should just roll over into an anti-pope war. Like, you should be able to stay in the war, because basically, you know, you're going to war against the same person for basically the same reason, but worse. But never mind, unfortunately, we got beaten to that as well, so we haven't actually managed to successfully win an excommunication war, very, very annoyingly. The one we can still fight is France, but my council are a bunch of cowardly chickens and unfortunately won't let me do it. Still, King Catastrophe is 22, alright? Only like 4 years into his reign, and he's already up to 1,455 prestige. Needs to get up to 8,000 for the Empire. Now, there's a bit of a gamble I could take here, which is, I've founded the Kingdom of Ireland, so basically I've got the right to go attacking the Irish over and over again, just to actually get the prestige out of those wars, which is nice. If I were to set up the Kingdom of Brittany, that would get me, as the King of Brittany, or rather as the Queen of Brittany, more prestige. But it's a gamble. Because here's the thing right now. Let's just go over to inheritance. Right now, there are two separate kingdoms that actually have rules of succession. And both of them are tanistry for the time being. Because, yeah, only the actual king of the relevant territory can change the rules of succession. So as a result, for now at least, that's me. So they're all running under tanistry. Cornwall, I have got nice and locked down. That's absolutely fine. I can basically just point at whoever I want. Ireland, I cannot. That is entirely up to them. Okay? So basically they can outvote me very, very easily over in Cornwall. In fact, I think I get one vote over there. Yeah, I officially get one vote over there. Did I say Queen a second ago, by the way? No, sorry, Catastrophe, King, Eustace is gone. Move on, John. So basically, for the moment at least, I can make sure that if Catastrophe were to die suddenly in some form of terrible catastrophe, some unfortunate circumstance, you know, just a random pub full of poo or something, it's happened before, it could happen again, then yeah, what we've actually got is the realm not splitting apart. Because Ireland votes whoever they want, and then Cornwall, I just basically agree with whatever Ireland says, and then they also get the Duchy of Brittany by default. The realm cannot split apart. If, however, I actually, you know, create the Kingdom of Brittany down here and have them all being ruled by me, it is possible that Ireland and Brittany could vote in different directions. At that point, the sudden death of Catastrophe would guarantee one of the two territories would actually leave my realm, and that would be rather annoying. Now, for the moment at least, that would not happen, because Ireland is voting for Michael. And he's actually the Duke of Brittany and has one of the only 2 votes for the Kingdom of Brittany. So he would vote for himself. But I'm about to take over a bunch of new territory in Ireland. If these two guys, because obviously tanistry for a king lets both dukes and de jure vassal counts actually vote, if they both decided to vote for, say, this guy, yeah, please, you're voting for please stop? Really? I mean, He's okay, I guess. I'm a little bit surprised you'd vote for him, but alright, whatever. But yeah, if they started voting for him, and yeah, Michael kept voting for himself down in Brittany, then I'd have to make a choice, and we might actually break the realm apart. For now, it's academic. I can't actually afford to do it anyway, so how much would it cost to actually send the Kingdom of Brittany? I think it's about, okay, 377, but also 200 piety, which I don't even have right now. So academic for the moment, but worth thinking about. Because yeah, right now, those kingdoms are giving me 0.8 every single month each. So I could get an extra 0.8 just by creating the Kingdom of Brittany, which makes it more likely I get to the 8,000 before I die, which makes it more likely we can create the Empire. But, ooh, that would be a flipping risk. That'd be a flippin' risk. You know what would be very convenient? If I could attack these territories up here, because then there'd be 5 wars I could basically fight pretty much in a row up in Ireland to just basically claim all of Ireland, and I'd have the de jure right. Slight problem, I can't do that. Me and Scotland are not getting on right now. He basically wrote me a polite letter asking if I knew anything about pirates, and I replied, no, screw you. From my point of view, the Scottish are pirates or something. Anyway, we hate each other, but apparently I do still have the non-aggression pact with him. Now, here's fun. If I basically just go up to him and try and break the non-aggression pact, that is going to cost me a big old pile of prestige, and also there's going to be, yeah, I'm a non-aggression pact breaker, general opinion is going to be down for another flipping 10 years, and also I'll be stuck actually inside the pact with him for another, like, 2 years anyway. So, that's not really a good idea. I've got a better plan, by which I mean a worse plan, but it's a plan anyway. So right now, me and him have only got the non-aggression pact because I'm married to his, is it sister or aunt? I think it's his aunt. Now the reason we actually married her was because she has a beautiful, strong claim on the Kingdom of Scotland that is actually inheritable. Unfortunately, she's 41 and she hasn't actually managed to produce any children for me yet, so that's not exactly good news. So I had a thought, which is, I'm going to give her one chance, okay? I'm going to give her one last chance, which I'm going to move my focus over to family. Because quite frankly, diplomacy +2 would probably be quite useful, because there was a bit of a misunderstanding last time where I threw a priest in prison, and apparently I shouldn't have done, and now everyone thinks I'm a cocking tyrant and is going to keep thinking that for another like 25 years, so that was rather unfortunate. So a bit of extra diplomacy will just get everyone's general opinion up a tiny bit, which could be useful. Fertility +25%, plus 15% up from Midas touched, plus she's actually got herself +10 from the highest level of the actual diplomacy education. So, even though she's 41, I'm hoping we can just get, you know, one final child out. That'd be great. The alternative actually is seduction. Like, I assume I'd be allowed to, like, seduce my own wife. Is that legitimate? Or, like, you're not allowed to because it's kind of assumed you're supposed to have... Okay, I'll stick with family, because that will also come up with events for me and her to like each other more. Okay, but here's the thing. If she doesn't actually produce a child or get pregnant in the next 3 to 4 years, then she'll hit 45 and can't have any more. At that point, she won't actually be that useful to me. So, an accident might have to be arranged. Because in all fairness, now I'm king, and I'm young, and I'm sexy, and I've got all this territory, and I've got loads of prestige, the women all around the world will be falling over themselves to marry me. So, yeah, if the plan with her doesn't work out, we'll probably need a do-over with a new wife. But I'm gonna give her one last chance, okay? One final flipping chance. Ah yes, and one thing too, I do also need to recruit a new court physician. We have been rather lacking in one of those. Now hopefully, this one won't be as terrible as the last one that showed up. Now, let's talk about keeping myself safe here. In particular, I want my dukes to like me. All of them are in the green right now, which is good, because yeah, that's including -40 for tyrants. Let's just keep them in the green until that wears off in 25 years. This guy's in the red, because I think you... Yes, you actually want the County of Desmond, which I believe I do actually hold right now. So, I could just give you that. Honestly, how strong are you right now? Really not that strong. This would not make you dangerously strong at all. So yeah, he holds Ormond, together with, yeah, you actually just hold the actual, yeah, the Duchy of Munster. And this guy who, yeah, is just in prison. So, you know, please either just, like, execute him or let him out. I don't care which. Fine, I'm willing to give you that. That's 100% A-okay. I'm willing to give you Desmond. It's a bit of a nice territory, but I'd rather not have any of my dukes be angry at me. Okay, so I'm going to grant you a landed title right now. Here, have the County of Desmond. There you flipping go. So that should make him... There we go. Straight up to flipping +50. Lovely. And for some reason, he doesn't care about the tyranny. Oh, I think it's because he wasn't Duke when I acted in a tyrannical fashion by, like, accidentally releasing a priest from prison or throwing him away. But, like, the game said he had committed a crime. So I still don't know why I was a tyrant there. Oh yes, and people were mentioning to me, apparently there's a system in Crusader Kings 2 where if your court gets too big, it impacts the fertility of your court members, excluding yourself. So everyone else, my actual dukes, might be having less children. So I'm pretty sure we've just got a bunch of randoms from Ireland who just moved over during my conquest. So, right, time to do a bit of a sift. This does cost 5 prestige a go though. But if I send one person away, yeah, I might actually drive out their wife and children too. So as long as I'm only actually driving out guys with large families, that might actually make a quite big difference pretty quickly. In fact, I can speed that process up by actually marrying together unmarried people and then immediately driving out the new husband, and then they just both immediately leave. Oh, that's so much more efficient. So, speaking of prestige, time to get a bit more of it. Easiest way to do that will be mop up these last 2 territories in Ireland while I'm waiting to see whether I can just squeeze one last child out of my wife. Fun thing here, by the way, Dublin has actually got itself an alliance with Norway. Though, I'm going to be honest, I'm not sure Norway's going to be coming to help. Alright, Norway has had a lot of trouble recently. Okay, lot of Norwegian revolt, lot of Norwegian territory currently occupied. It's not having a fun time. Yes, in fact, currently involved in 4 wars simultaneously. Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to work for them. I mean, they do still have some troops, but those troops do seem to be, yes, mostly mercenaries. So he's just desperately trying to hang on with mercenaries. You know, I actually would not bet against the fact that he's actually going to bring all those mercenaries straight over to me. Because for some reason, yeah, like what happened with Denmark, even though Denmark was already being attacked by multiple people who were inside their own territory, the moment I declared war, Denmark immediately sailed its entire army over to Cornwall itself. So I wouldn't be too surprised to see that, shall we say. Anyway, let's see if we can just wait for those guys to be trashed, and instead, we're going to focus on you, my good man. We can declare war on you. A nice de jure war, 100% legit. The council is only just okay with it, yeah. The glory hounds aren't actually into it, but the pragmatists are totally okay. So, let's crack on with that then. This guy's got barely any troops at all and no friends, so yeah, this should be nice and simple. We barely need any troops for this business. In fact, I've got 1,500 right there. Probably that, together with, yeah, this small force here. All the rest of you stand down. I need money. I need money in order to, yeah, basically do constant events in the form of feasts and summer fairs and all the rest of it. So I do want the smallest number of troops possible standing at any given moment. So we'll just bring all these guys together. Looks like he said he wants to march north. That all works for me. And okay, this will be my new doctor then. Suspected witch. Oh, it's the blood event again. How likely is that to... Only 10% of an infection. I'll lose some piety. It's not the worst thing in the world. But... okay. Attractive. Mystic. 15. Alright. This doesn't seem too bad, all things considered. Let's just go for that, and hopefully that won't actually hurt me. Nope, it seems to have not done so. Beautiful. Right, bring all the troops together in a moment. We'll just kind of have them meet up there. You just head over there and join over here, and then we'll just basically ride them down. My heavy cavalry should do the job very nicely. And we've also got a special tithe coming in here. Better and flipping better. So, that's a nice big old pile of money. That certainly helps out with all of this. You're just going to besiege up there. Honestly, I don't care. Right, bring everyone together, call in the commanders. Everything should be okay. And he'll have a defensive bonus from hills. Nothing I can do about that. Doesn't matter which angle I approach from. There will be hills there. So, march in if you'd be so kind, lads. And we should be in very, very good shape indeed. We outnumber him more than 2-1. I've got a massive advantage in the old cavalry front. Should be no problem in the slightest. So, what have we got over here? Yeah, okay. So, their flank just immediately flipping collapsed. And now we're just basically, yeah, we've got their centre surrounded. No problem at all. Into pursuit. Smash them down. Nice, quick, easy. Go and take over this area. No flipping problem at all. Straight up to 42%. And with only 784 men, he probably can't actually go and counter siege any part of my empire. Better and flipping better. Now, any chance I can speed this up, by the way? And hello, we have got ourselves a... Excuse me, what have you decided to go and do? So, you have decided to declare a Wessexian... Ooh, Wessexian, that's a nice word to say. So, a claim on Dara War. Right, so you're planning to go and get Dara, are you? Interesting. Whatever happened... Oh, they did lose Kent. Right, so Kent has managed to reclaim all of Kent. In fact, actually... Okay, right now, the independent nation of Kent holds 6 territories. How much is England made up of right now? Oh my goodness, it is actually 6. Because York is just so big. No, hang on, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, there's Middlesex. I forgot about Middlesex. Okay, so England and Kent, yeah, it's basically 6 and 7 counties. So they are of comparable size. Though bear in mind, that is partly because part of England is... Well, I'm not quite sure what these guys are doing. I think they want to replace the king. Which may mean that the Wessexian War, that is such a fun word to say, the Wessexian War to go and claim Dara might not actually work out. Hard to flipping say. I mean, Dara right now is a huge chunk of what is actually left of England. A really big chunk. In fact, I kind of don't want these guys to win that. If you're able to win that and take all of Dara, between Wessex and Dara, you're actually probably a little bit... too powerful, to be honest. It's a good time to attack them, though. This guy's only got about 1,000 troops to his name, and England's hardly going to be able to help out. Right, keep an eye on that. Some of my vassals might be getting a little bit too powerful, to be honest. Oh, and I have successfully built a war chest. Great. In fact, wait, hang on. Where did all that money come from? Why did I suddenly jump to... Did money just come from somewhere? Because war chest should have been at 700, but suddenly I'm at flipping 900. And that's great, but... Okay, possibly my steward just gave me another payment. I'm not quite sure. Right, new ambition in that case. Oh, yes. Grooming an heir. Apparently the only legitimate one I've got. That is indeed very important. And, oh, that further increases my fertility. Okay, seriously. This is a very, very good opportunity for you. Okay, this is a really good flipping opportunity. Do I need to, like, send you something new, by the way? Right now, you really like me, and sending a gift is going to last until August of this year. Can I send you another gift and buy a favour? I'm assuming one of the things that the favour does isn't, could we sleep together quite a lot? Because seriously, we are running out of time, and you're running out of time more. So, the combined forces of Wessex, they've managed to muster together almost 2,000 in the end. So they have now gone to Middlesex to besiege it, which will be very, very easy because Kent only just basically left poor old Middlesex. I feel sorry for the people who live in Middlesex. It just keeps being sieged over and over. It's basically been the story of the last 50 years. Middlesex has just been constantly attacked. Alright, siege going just fine up there, and this guy is just chilling out doing literally nothing of any interest. I'm starting to become curious. Could I potentially, yeah... take this bit of territory off Beloved. Beloved has plenty of territory already. How open would you be to me actually revoking just this territory? That's a maybe. And also, oh, I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to do any revoking right now. Because, yeah, the revoking penalties for all vassals together with the penalties I've got from the random act of tyranny. Oh, hello. 1,700. You've got reinforcements from somewhere. Interesting. Well, that's fine. As soon as we're done here, I'll just go and beat you up again. Alright, town falls, no problem. Left a handful of people as a garrison. Head over here and beat them up a flipping again. We're up to 79%, and there's another like 1,600 guys here. If we're very, very lucky indeed, we might just be able to actually, yeah, win the war right here with another 21%. Also, yes, I'm starting to keep investing in the territory around Uslas. It's nice and cheap, and for the time being, I've got the spare domain to actually hold the barony of Uslas personally. It's a good source of troops, damn it, 'cause it's getting all the bonuses from Cornwall. So once again, absolutely tearing them apart, chasing them off the field, flipping lovely, and what is that going to do to the war score? Maybe it's not going to be 21%, it's going to be... No, it's just enough. And we also caught one of theirs. Good. Now, before we actually decide to, like, you know, make peace, let's actually just sell all you bastards right now. Okay, apparently no one would pay for him. Well, I guess you can just sort of go then. Bye. So, offer peace, enforce demands, 100 prestige for me, and there's 100 prestige. And this guy doesn't even seem to hate me that much. He seems mostly okay with me. Because sure, I did just invade and murder a bunch of his men and take away his freedom. But on the other hand, I do have, like, a sword made out of gold. And that's pretty damn sweet. Now keep a close eye on the council as well. Yeah, right now, 4 pragmatists, 2 glory hounds. Because giving this guy some extra territory has indeed managed to, yeah, pull him from being negative into glory hound. That's probably about as good as we can do for the time being. Oh, by the way, is it time for another flipping? Oh, it's time for another summer fair. Yay, I like the summer fairs. Another summer fair, that's always a good source of prestige. Oh my goodness, the council is rather coming around. At this point, if I say attack Dublin, they're like, you know what? 100%, why not? I don't see any reason why you wouldn't do precisely flipping that. So, let's just get that underway. Beautiful. Now, I have also slightly declared war on Norway there, but I'm kind of hoping the war can actually be wrapped up before Norway shows up. Now, we will need a handful more troops here because, yeah, the actual forces in Dublin are more significant, and also there is a risk of Norway. I will stand down some of my core troops for the time being, however. We don't need all of these guys. Maybe 1,400... Those forces all together with the retinue should be just fine. You guys stand down. I'll call you if I need you. You guys just head round over here. You head round over here. We'll see where he decides he wants to go. Because right now there's only... Okay, I know you've got more than that. I know you've got flipping more than that, okay? You have got, yeah, a big old pile of... Oh! Right, have you decided to immediately put all of your troops into... Right. They've gone into a bow, and now they're naffing off. Interesting. And a jester hit me with a bauble. Everybody laughed at this. It was rather funny. Good, I took it the right way. I'm guessing if you have, like, you know, something like Wrath, you beat the jester to death, and everyone considers that you kind of weren't in the spirit of things. Still, that's an extra 5 prestige right there. I love the summer fairs. The summer fairs just seem to get you, yeah, as I expected. These guys are just going straight for flipping Cornwall. So that's fine. We can take care of that later. And... okay, Kent, what the bloody hell are you doing now? You literally were only just at war. Oh, they're actually stuck in a war with King Hannes III of Bohemia on account of... Oh, excommunication. Is that actually an excommunication war going on right now? Oh, flip, there's an excommunication war going on right now, isn't there? Oh, no! No, I want to be involved in the excommunication war. Oh, that's not fair. Right, nobody else attack these guys. I can't declare war because my troops are standing. Oh, bloody hell. Right, everybody, we need to wrap up this war. There's a really good excommunication war going on right now, and those are the best sorts of... Oh, flipping heck. Excuse me. That's... Okay, that's a bit of a big one. So, the Spy Master of Brittany wants to... Well, of course the Spy Master of Brittany wants to flipping kill me. It's because the flipping Duke of Brittany... actually, currently, stands to inherit literally everything. Right now, the power of that plot is only at, yeah, 16%. Okay, keep a really close eye on that one. That one is important. And yes, indeed, already end plot has been automatically sent over. So let's just see how she decides to reply to that one. And... she's refused. Interesting. Interesting. And, oh, we have got ourselves an archery contest that appears to have gone a little bit on the cheating side. So either I can become paranoid, I don't want that, or no, I don't want to revolt risk. I'm just going to say, if this guy stole a bit of money, screw it, it's fine. He likes me more, I lose 5 gold, 5 gold is nothing. Just consider it part of my... Oh, hang on. Wait, where'd the people from Dublin go? Wait, what? This is... Okay. Everybody just head over here. We'll just take Dublin for the time being, because once we've taken that, then the war score will start ticking up in my favour. And whenever they do show up... Oh, bloody hell, what is this? Right, that is... Wait, that's the army of Wessex taking on the... Oh, that's also the... Oh, bloody hell. Why are there the same 2 flags on both sides? Wessex taking on... No, Wessex isn't involved. Wessex isn't involved. It's the Kents versus the Bohemians. There's another 10 prestige for the summer fair. It's just they happen to have what appears to be pretty much the same flag. And skulking as I also do. Oh, don't do that. Eustace did that. I just want to have very few bad habits. So, I have caught the Earl of... Which Earl is this again? Ah, that's not the Earl. This is someone just who's random in my court. Okay, so the Earl. And I assume you've got yourself a lover? Apparently not. Oh, dear. So didn't notice me, still in shock. She is a married woman, by God. So expose them. Flesh is weak. I smell profit. No. Forgive and forget. I don't want to get into any trouble with anybody right now. How's this place doing, by the way? I don't have enough troops, but we will do momentarily. So, Wessex. How's your war getting on? Because you've got a bit of a war going on at the minute. So, 14% in favour of you, because I assume, yeah, you've taken over little bits of London or whatever. And simultaneously, how's the Kent war doing? Because I really don't want that war to be over before I have the chance to get involved. Right now, 0% either way. I think the Kents are doing a good job actually defending themselves. Right, my troops get over here and... Ooh. Right. Someone in my court has decided, screw it, I'm going to go and take care of this by myself. Are you going to Gwynedd? No, I hope you're not going to Gwynedd. I assume you're going to Denmark right now. How exactly are you planning to get there? Okay. You know what? Good luck with that. Yes, he is indeed going to Denmark. With about, what looks like, yeah, 3,300 troops. That is not going to work out for you. That is so not going to work out for you. Good luck with it, though. Have fun. I mean, if you happen to kill her, brilliant. All the better. But you are not going to win. Also, who just retired? My spy master. Okay. Why is my spy master just retired? Well, all my main dukes are still present and correct. I assume someone's passed away. I'm just not quite sure who. Fine, fair enough. We shall appoint someone new. Someone who is good at the job and someone who ideally actually, you know, likes me. Very few people actually like me. Right, you my good man. Didn't you actually used to be... I think you might have been Marshal once upon a time. This guy's actually... Yeah, this guy's my friend. Having a friend who has no chance of ever actually taking to the throne, yes. You will make a very, very good spy master. Though you are apparently going to be a pragmatist rather than an actual loyalist. Honestly, that's fine. By the way, have fun in that might be what happened to the last spy master. Plague of some description. Same thing in Rome, unfortunately. Right, where's a nice place for you to... Oh, bloody hell, there's a lot of plague everywhere right now. How about Tunis? Tunis is fun. Go and check out what's going on in Tunis. Oh, and a major showdown between the English revolt and England in poor old London, which is basically... Oh, and yeah, I'm pretty sure one of you is a white, like, lion on a red background, and one of you is a white horse on a red background. And they look quite similar. They do look very similar. And the English rebellion has just basically smashed the English army. Who just won that one, by the way? I'm not sure. I'm just going to quickly check in on your war here. So... yeah, so King Hannos is just winning, but barely at all. Meanwhile, the English revolt is doing very, very well in their objective, yes. I think the problem might be, the king right now is Beorhritic, and they want Beorhrutnoth as king instead, because Beorhritic wasn't quite hard enough to pronounce, so they thought, you know what, let's make it even harder. Beorhrutnoth shall be our king instead. Beautiful. And, oh yes, Breton culture is spreading like crazy. This is lovely. Let's just go over to this here culture map. Oh yeah, all of that Breton culture. You know, I've still absolutely no bloody clue where the army of Dublin's naffed off to. They haven't attacked me. They don't seem to be in any way interested in defending their own territory. So, I mean, fine. I guess. I'm just sitting here, making giant piles of money. Probably should just, like, you know, keep investing in Useless, just in case. And yes, rather worryingly, the Wessex business is actually working out in their favour. They might well be able to claim Dara. This is worrying. Very, very worrying. They would be too strong with Wessex and Dara. Especially as, yeah, for the moment, they've still got Gwent and I can't really revoke it. I would need to watch them very carefully. Maybe even consider intervening and try and get a child or a woman on the throne of Wessex just to destabilise them a little bit. Also, unfortunately, my wife has now hit 43. Fertility is dropping and still no pregnancy. Oh, I'm so sorry, however the hell I'm supposed to pronounce your name, but I really would prefer a wife who was, 1, pregnant, and 2, pronounceable. Oh, we got ourselves a new pope. And he looks, well, I was about to say he looks younger, but he is actually still 63. Yeah, he looks a little bit old. Actually, he's not looking bad on 63 for the flipping, 13th century. Not bad at all. And he does actually seem to like me quite a lot as well. Oh, this is good news. All I need now is, my actual priest just get him to like me a little bit more. We might be able to get a bit of money out of him too. Marvellous. Okay, concern. Munster has just formed an alliance with Leofwine the Usurper. Now, this guy is known for usurping. And there's every possibility he might want to try and usurp me. What claims do you have? You don't have any claims on me or anything. No, you do not. And thankfully, your wife has got, a bunch of flipping English claims you could pass on. Okay, what's important is if he comes to me and says, hey, I'm looking to marry someone in your dynasty. Do not marry into this house. Do not marry into the Duchy of Wessex under any circumstances. We cannot allow claims to the core Cornish Empire to enter his hands. Now, here's the thing. I have seen the tooltip. The game says, when there's alliances, allies won't actually join their allies in war if they like the person being attacked more than they like their ally. All I need to do is keep this guy sweet. And right now, he is, pretty sweet on me, all things considered. Oh no, this is the worst thing that could happen. I've fallen in love with my wife. Oh, no. No. This is a problem. Alright, because now she's not pregnant, but I do love her. And that means that now if she has an accident, like she's just walking under an aqueduct and it happens to collapse on her head or something of that nature, now I'm going to be sad about it because I actually like her. Oh, I should have gone for seduction focus instead. And here we go. Dublin started to actually surrender just before 100%. And prestige from war contributions. I gain 100 prestige. You just surrender. I've no bloody clue where your army naffed off to, but I tell you what, it all works for me. So that's me at nearly 2,000 prestige. Big old pile of money, but here's the more important business. I've now probably got a giant pile of duchies I can actually create in Ireland. Yeah, here we go. So we've got all of these different duchies. Now, I can create them and hand them out to people who I like. And that will hopefully keep Ireland nice and balanced. I can't keep these. Well, actually, you know what? I'm going to create them. I'm going to create them because just creating them is basically a way of converting money into prestige, which is good. And then I'm just going to start handing them out to people who I happen to flipping like. I mean, I could hand over... Ooh. I could hand over Leinster to Beloved. Alright, he'd like that, and it would act as a bit of a counterbalance to the growing power of Wessex. That's probably not a bad idea. Let's just create these, however, because, you don't actually need piety for any of this. So, this is fine. Create that. Marvellous, that's just been created. There's a big old pile of prestige for me. Hooray. And also the Duchy of Meath. We'll just create the Duchy of Meath, and hooray, even more prestige. And the Duchy of Leinster, we'll have that as well, thank you. And now all that's left is, the ones in Wales. So, I tell you what, I might as well create these. And try and figure out what's going on here, because there's the titular Duchy of Powys, which is apparently going to cost me, that's going to cost me way more money. Why does that one cost more money? I'm not sure. I mean, it seems worse in some ways, because it doesn't actually seem to, have any reason to exist, but... I mean, it's worth prestige. So go on then. I've created a fake titular duchy. Great. And now I can create the Duchy of Gwynedd, which also contains Powys. So that's fine as well. And also I've just spent a giant pile of money. Now, my prestige has... Oh, yes. My prestige has just gone up quite a lot because I'm currently holding 7 duchies. Now, the downside is my other dukes... not so keen on me holding 7 duchies. Yes, I hold, minus 50. Right, they care about that more than they care about tyranny. I do need to give those away, yes. I think I'm allowed to hold 2. I can hold 2, that's quite a lot of shields, yes. Okay, let's figure out how to distribute those. So obviously I want to keep the Duchy of Cornwall. What's the other most important one I want to keep? Because I think they're all technically... I'll probably keep Gwyneth. Actually, I may as well keep Gwyneth. That kind of seems like a fun one to have. Yeah, okay. And the rest we do need to actually give away, yes. So yes, now that the actual Duchy of Leinster exists, this guy wants it. So congratulations, you, my good man, can have it. And that puts him straight back to, yeah, plus 13, even with holding too many duchies. Good. Ah, wait. That's gone down to minus 40. Fine, it must be minus 10 per duchy over the limit of what I'm supposed to have. Gotcha. Alright, so the other duchies are, yeah, we've got ourselves this territory here and this one here to give away. So we need to create 2 new dukes around here. I just need to find some people I actually like to handle that. And then someone to hand over to Herbert to. So, yeah, we'll need to pick someone for that as well. Someone who I like and trust. Or I could just accept minus 10 and say, as long as everyone's broadly cool with me, I'm willing to accept a slight, yeah, here we go. I mean, everyone's getting to be cool with me. If I just give away these 2, maybe I'll hold on to Powys, Gwyneth, and Herbert and basically just say everything that's in Wales and Cornwall ought to belong to me, and that's fine. Yes, and don't forget, of course, I do technically still own a bit of territory over here. So, probably by default, you're supposed to be... Oh, you really don't like me. You desire the duchy, I hold too many duchies, defeated me. Honestly, that will fade inside like about 10 years or give or take. Yeah, you just being a duke doesn't seem like the worst thing in the world. Now, who's actually running the show around here? You, my good man. Okay, you hate me right now. Fine. And there's a child here. Excellent. That probably works for me. Although then again, this guy, he surrendered without forcing me to actually fight a big old war. And he's only at minus 67. Oh, go on then. It feels appropriate that Dublin should be like the capital of a local area in some way. So you are now going to be rewarded with this here duchy, which apparently includes this bit up here for whatever reason, but okay, fine, whatever. And you, via a process of elimination, shall be given the title of whatever the duchy is that covers this bit. And there we go. Giving away that territory and giving away all these new duchies has done a lot to help out with everyone objecting to me. So, few people aren't so desperately thrilled about me for the minute, but should be about fine. Let's just actually check out the situation with... Yeah, the core vassals are... Oh, you apparently now consider yourself important. Well, I guess you do hold 3 territories. Okay, would you like to be... Oh, having you as spy master strikes me as a bad idea. But honestly, there's nothing else you could reasonably do. Who's the advisor right now? The advisor's Leofwine. He would actually be... Okay, again, he could be a good spy master, but he's too dangerous to be spy master. Okay, this guy is going to be made spy master, the new guy, and then... I want a good spy master. Could I get away with you just not being spy master? Minus 17. Okay. What else could I do for you? Potentially I could just... I could give him an honorary title. There's not much I can do. Okay. I'm just going to send him a gift. 15 gold. Alright, up to plus 17. Now that's going to keep you sweet for how long? Going to keep you sweet until 1206. Then I'll just send you another gift. And then that should take you through to, yeah, the war declaration and defeating of him, wearing off. Should be okay. I just want a close personal friend who's actually very good at the job as spy master. That strikes me as a sensible idea. Now, the question is, what's that going to do to the succession in... Okay, what have you just decided to do? Why have all your troops just suddenly risen up? Ah, you've actually just accepted a call to arms with Leofwine of Wessex. Fine, so you're just going to go and beat up England to try and help them take over Deira. Honestly... little bit on the dangerous side for me, but whatever. So, that was a very, very good series of things to do, because now I've basically gained, like, yeah, about 1,000 prestige just, like, instantly, and I'm gaining almost 9 a turn, so I'm now gaining over 100 a year, easily. Oh, blimey. What? What just happened? Oh, that changed colour, because you've made this your primary duchy. Well, I don't really like that on the realm map, to be honest. No, I'm not keen about that at all. Could you change the colour? Because that... That really does look ugly now. Oh, and Eustace III has been born. Bressil Conan, the only son of Euslas, has decided to name his daughter Euslas. And she hasn't inherited any good traits or anything. Oh, good. Good for him. That's lovely. And my friend has decided to invite me to kill Not Mine the Unfaithful. Okay. Why exactly would we be doing that then? Right now she's not married, so it's not an angry husband that started this plot. I'm not quite sure why you'd be into this, really. No, I'm going to say no. And I'm not quite sure why you're doing it. Oh, it's November, and you know what that means. It's time to hold a feast. Boom. All my vassals will be here, I declare. They won't. They never show up, but you are the eternal optimist, King Catastrophe. So we got a couple of musicians coming in. Yep, I will actually offer them patronage. A bit of gold. Let's have a really awesome feast that no one will decide to show up to, because they've all decided I'm a tyrant for some bloody reason. And yeah, I might as well losing gold or I'm losing prestige. I will lose the gold very, very happily indeed. Money should just be, oh yeah, plus 33. Very, very nice indeed. And spend lavishly on food. So I've spent so far, yeah, I've spent 40 gold and I've got 10 prestige back. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with, oh, blimey. Pope Alexander III didn't last very long. Well, apparently it wasn't natural death, so okay, I suppose. That's a shame, I liked that guy. And the new guy is apparently the Sea Devil. That's a very fancy title. So, now, here's where things get interesting. So obviously, yes, succession that's actually going on in Cornwall, very, very simple indeed. Succession in Ireland is about to start getting complicated. Now, I suspect some people might just be voting with me there. If I change my votes, the votes might all change. I don't like the fact that right now it's all about Michael. That's not really what I'm after. I mean, okay, let's talk perfect scenario here, by which I mean, well, best case scenario, not really perfect, but it'll do. I get to 8,000 prestige. I set up the Empire of Cornwall, and at that point I say, I just make sure I keep holding the Kingdom of Cornwall, because that's where the real military strength and heart of the Empire lies. Absolutely 100% fine. Great. The problem is, Brittany is going to vote Michael to be King of Brittany. And Michael, by the looks of it, unless of course everyone's just voting with me, and when I change my vote, loyal vassals change their vote to support me, they're going to vote for Michael in Ireland as well. Now, if that potentially leaves me as the King of Cornwall, and Michael as the King of Ireland, and Brittany, and bear in mind, because, and this may have been a mistake on my part, now that actually Beloved has decided that he wants to make his primary duchy Leinster, not Mercia, he is technically going to be reporting into the Irish King, not the Cornish King, because of course that's where he's casting his votes. Yeah, that actually means Michael would control a very, very major amount of manpower. If he decided he wanted to kill me, and his spy master already has started trying, oh dear, this could be a problem. By the way, were we ever able to, like, talk her out of that? Good, she has stopped. She has stopped. Michael might have to have an accident, potentially. Not that I want to kill him, but it might have to happen. In fact, I'm just downright surprised that Beloved has decided to vote for Michael rather than himself, but okay. Maybe, as I say, some of the loyal vassals are just voting as I vote, because I know that does have an impact. Let's leave it for now. As long as no one's threatening me and I'm not sick, it's not an immediate pressing emergency. We are over a third of the way there to the 8,000. Keep on keeping on. And, oh yes, I'm hereby inviting you to the feast that no one will show up for. Now, the excommunication wars in Kent. How are they going? Because that would be nice and easy to do. And yes, indeed. So right now, only one person has shown up for that. They're at 17% right now. Not exactly going up very fast. I think I can win that faster than they can, because excommunication wars are worth a flipping large amount of prestige. So, oh yeah, and it would also be useful to have a 4-year-old kid on the throne of Kent. That would potentially stop them from being too powerful. Right, good. Let's go to war with you next then. Excommunication and the Duchy of Barcelona. Okay, why is Barcelona repeatedly sticking its nose in my business? Anyway, doesn't matter. 30 piety, 150 prestige. That is more than worth doing. Council, of course, on board because I'm doing God's work. Off we go, war again. And yeah, right now he's only got about 2,000 guys floating around. I think he's already been beaten a bit by, or rather been damaged at least, by the other lads. So I don't need all of these guys. I'd say, yeah, honestly, I'm going to make all of, no, just those three. Those three can stand down. But I do want some decent number of troops, because I want this to be resolved nice and fast. So you guys meet here, you guys meet here, and then my main forces will march on Kent, you can march on Norfolk. We should be able to win much faster than the guys who've come over from Germany can. And would you believe, a bunch of mayors have decided they can't be asked to actually come to my beautiful, awesome party. But all my dukes have come. I think, oh no, more bishops. More bishops, more mayors. Yeah, no one seems to like me very much. It's very sad. But all my dukes are coming. I think they know a good thing when they see it. Right, my army starts heading off into Kent just to smash those bastards. And knowing my luck, they will immediately manage to get themselves reconciled and no longer actually be at war or whatever. It's all fine. Everything's under control. It's great. The tiny, tiny English army is basically not able to contribute anything whatsoever. Yes, this should be under control. In fact, actually, what happened to the feast? Like, we invited everyone to the feast. Did we decide not to do the feast in the end? I'm not sure. And here we go. So the Bohemian army is actually here, but I think it's just basically marching backwards and forwards, and thus it's just not doing a good job besieging the place properly. Can we actually take all of this over, by the way? 1,800, 1,600. Yep, fine. We've got enough troops up here to handle all of the besieging. That is a Bohemian force as well that's just very slowly cracking through all of this. Hopefully, thanks to the fact I think we've got the tech advantage in siege tactics, we should be able to get in and crack these targets before Bohemia can. Meanwhile, if it starts looking dicey at all, I can just call up the remaining men that have currently stood down and just send them over to... yeah, actually help them speed it up by taking over Surrey. That'll be just flipping fine. In fact, my only concern is there enough territory between me and the Bohemians to actually, yeah, win this war? Maybe I should have offered to join the Bohemian War, because if I take like half the territory, and he takes like half the territory, is there enough territory for either of us to get to 100%? Oh, I flippin' hope so. You know what, I'm a little bit nervous. I'm just going to call up a handful more troops just in case. Nothing too major, just enough to go and take Surrey. And here's interesting. Little kid coming through, some Irish kid in my court. Age of 12, 66354, and has both rowdy and willful. I've put him straight to a military education. I'm going to educate him myself. Keep an eye on that kid, you could be of interest. Oh, flip, another Pope just died. Right, you guys are dropping like flies. Maybe next time put someone like younger on the Pope throne or whatever it's called, because you guys are going down fast. Oh, meanwhile, back at home, my wife is 44. This is the last chance. This is the last flipping chance. You know what? Plots sometimes take a little bit of time to put together. I think it might be time to, yeah, lay the groundwork. Now, any chance I can? No. Okay. Sadly, I can't actually just divorce her. The Pope's not too keen on that. If the Pope liked me better... Okay, hang on. Can I bribe the Pope? No. You cannot just send the Pope money, unfortunately. This is not Medieval 2 Total War. This priest might be able to do a decent job. You know, eventually win him over, but it's going to take too long. Right. Begin the plot to kill. And, actually, before we do that, recall the actual spy. I need you to build a network in Cornwall around her. I'm so sorry, my love, but I need sons, and I'm still 25, alright? And now I'm a king, and I'm awesome, and, like, I'm gonna have a pick of, like, the hottest ladies in all of Europe, so I am so sorry about this. I am so, so sorry. And there's actually a special icon, because I'm actually murdering my own wife. Right, now, who's up for this? Who's actually, like, up for joining this here plot? And, right, nobody. Nobody. Right, arrange it by plot power. Oh, flip. Okay, so what you're basically saying is, I can't murder my own wife. She's basically unmurderable. because everyone's only contributing a tiny, tiny amount of plot power, and oh no. Right. Is there any chance I could just, fabricate some sort of crime to get rid of her that way? Or, okay, new plan. Abandon that plan. Everyone pretend you didn't see that. New plan. My wife's actually, yeah, she's actually pretty good as a spy master. Now, wouldn't it just be so very, very interesting if, yeah, my wife were the spy master? Okay, great. And now what we do with her is, where's got a really good plague going on right now? Okay, where's a really good plague? Like, okay, obviously there's like nothing going on in the world. There's some consumption over there. Smallpox, that's pretty deadly. Measles, that's bad too. Yes, okay. So, how about what we do right now is we send you over to Ephesus entirely because what I want you to do is like study some technology there. That's legit. So you just get on with that. That's apparently what my wife looks like. Interesting, you'd think that'd actually be a custom model for it if it's a woman, but okay, whatever. So you just get on with that right there. Have fun, and like, you know, if you catch smallpox, I will be so sad at your funeral. Quite frankly, I'm actually really proud of that plan. That plan is cocking genius. Oh, and my family focus has extended to noticing that Maradud and Disaster aren't getting on very well. Well, why would they be getting on that well? Hang on. Yeah, that's his brother, isn't it? Maradud is my uncle, I believe. Yes, there we go. Uncle Maradud. I mean, honestly, right now he's over in Denmark being the court chaplain of Denmark. I'm not sure, honestly, they see each other that much, but screw it, whatever. And I've just lost the humble trait. I might have, well, I definitely don't have too many traits. Okay, that might just be a random roll right there, fine. Or it might be a function of my, did that by any chance coincide with me passing 3,000 prestige? I decided I was so flipping prestigious, I like couldn't keep the humble trait anymore because I'm too damn awesome. Yes, that might well be the case. No! Not a flipping again! I just flipping didn't win another excommunication war. Why? What happened to the... His bastard father just died. He was murdered on the orders. No! No! Not fair! I literally was... I hate everything. That is the third excommunication war in a row that has ended due to weird circumstances like reconciliation, set up an anti-pope, died due to murder. Bloody hell. Right, everyone back home. Back home, come on, we'll split you up. Actually, we don't need to go that far. Winchester will be fine. Oh, and a seduction in the wild. So apparently the Duke of Unpronounceable is trying to actually seduce Rio, which apparently I just am not happy with. Well, I guess I am a bit of a family man. I've never had the seduction focus. I feel like you're being a bit of a prude there. I mean, previously we have just said, oh, live and let live, whatever. Right. Stand them down, please. Retinues come home. Marvellous. That'll get us a bit of money in. And it's feast time! Yay, more feasting. Oh, and we've got a choice to make in terms of, yeah, what I want to pick up here. So right now I've got Diligent and Patient. So I could just reclaim Humble. Or I could say, I have got nothing to be ashamed of, and 45% chance of Proud. Proud is, 0.5 Prestige. Yes, come on, Pride, 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 Pride! Yes, I got Pride! I am now proud! Yes! Good, 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 and... Okay, seriously, stop paying attention to those two. That is like twice in a week. That's weird. And once again, forgive and forget. It's okay. Don't worry about it. Okay, I'm glad to be proud. Proud is good. That is a ton of... How much is my prestige right now? Oh, it's almost 10 a month. Oh, that's so good. And spend lavishly on the food. More prestige. We must be so prestigious. I'm at 3,000 prestige and I'm only 25. This is good. This is very, very good. And I haven't even created the flipping Kingdom of Brittany. And yes, I am fully aware that all the mayors and all the bishops in the world aren't going to bother coming. And we have got a new bird. 50% chance of... this is either like... Oh, is this the trait? Poet or Falconer? Or is this Martial or Learning? I can't remember. Disastrous or Fortunate Falconry. Or Disastrous or Fortunate something. I'll go for hopefully... Poet, because yeah, I wouldn't mind ultimately being in the Learning Society, the medical science lot. and read the book. Hopefully we enjoy it. And there's also acrobats performing somersaults, which is just absolutely flipping beautiful. And, ooh, contortionists. Very, very cool indeed. Another 10 right there. And also, apparently, he liked the acrobats, or rather liked the contortionists. Maybe he's into that sort of thing. You never know. And yeah, apparently my opinion of this mayor who did bother showing up has gone up. Huzzah. Oh, and bloody hell, one of my bishops just cut the throat of a servant when he had wine poured over him. That's a bit extreme. So, I can have... this could be quite useful. So, what do I want to gain out of this? I could throw him straight in prison. Is this actually my... I assume he's, like, important in some way. Who actually is this guy? He is the bishopric of... Where is that? Okay, that's somewhere in Wales. That's in Powys. Okay, great. So he's not actually important for anything, right? This isn't the guy on my council. No, that's my dad, of course. Prince Disaster of Cornwall is my dad, so he's busy doing that right now. Okay, so I can imprison him for... Oh, guaranteed just. And that is stewardship, learning, vassal opinion. Oh, yeah. That's really good. And that's useful, because vassal opinion up I kind of need right now. And I could just keep the servants quiet. Or, yeah, make revolt more likely and take arbitrary, which is kind of bad. Yeah, just imprison him. Imprison Bishop Caddick. He doesn't live up to the name of Caddick the Mighty, our great starting lad. Yes, put him in prison, please. Thank you. Oh, and even better, I flipping love that poetry book. Diplomacy +1 again, and I become aspiring poet. Yes, aspiring poet. Good, good. Another 10 prestige. Yeah, I got quite a bit of prestige out of this feast. That will do very nicely. Well north of 3,000 already. Liking this. This is good. Now, what's going on in Scotland, by the way? Someone's got, yeah, a bit of Northern Ireland, actually, under siege. Who is that exactly? It's just an Islander revolt. Fine, there's just a revolt going on over in Scotland. Okay, there is actually one potentially interesting way this might work out in my favour to screw over Wessex. So right now, Wessex, with a massive army, because yeah, they've brought the forces of Munster with them, is doing well. They are winning, and England 100% cannot stop them. 38% in favour right now. However, England's engaged in another war. England right now has another war to, I believe, impose a new king. Now, if the king changes, then I think that actually leads to an automatic inconclusive war with Wessex, which means they won't get anything. Nice. And Duke something of unpronounceable and a kinswoman. No, for the last time, we are not getting involved in any of that. I'm not making enemies. Yes, and don't forget, if I do need piety in an emergency in order to set up like a kingdom, I can trade 1-for-1 gold for piety by donating to the Holy Orders. So that could potentially be of use. Also, I'm starting to think that Finguala might fancy me. Okay. I'm not sure why I'd think that, but... Oh, she's frail. That doesn't actually impact fertility. She's 16! Okay, that's... Oh, bloody hell. If I could get a child there and acknowledge it as mine, okay, my wife would not be thrilled. Like, at all. But there's no other children this is going to annoy, because there's no other children. That's kind of the problem. Screw it. I should probably, actually, change off family focus, go over to seduction focus, and then just basically start sleeping with all the most fertile people in the courts. Yeah, make a move. Do it. Boom. My wife won't find out. She's in Ephesus. And hello. We've also got, yeah, I've actually given her a good tumble right there. The Duke of Meath has unfortunately decided he wants to fabricate a claim on the Kingdom of Ireland. But he can't do anything with it. There's no chance in hell he can do anything with that claim. And here we go. Right now, all of my dukes are mostly pretty happy with me. This is good. Oh, but speaking of Meath, they're heading somewhere. What have you guys decided to just go and do? So, okay. Chief Hacken of something, something, something. And also defending against the... Oh, I think you're just going to go help out your Norwegian friends, possibly. Okay. More flipping interventions to try and stop my dukes having a bit of fun out in the countryside. That's entirely consensual. So, honestly, I'm not sure why I'm doing that, but whatever. And yes, peasants of South Wales. And I could have... piety. Piety for gold and piety up monthly. Boom, yes. Prestige, good. No, not prestige. Prosperity. That other thing that also begins with a P. Oh, and apparently I am a flipping awesome poet. Diplomacy +1. Same trait opinion. Oh, this has just gone beautifully. Up to flipping 15 on the diplomacy. That's nice. That's actually going to have an actual impact. And, okay, you weren't actually supposed to do a good job out in Ephesus. You were just supposed to catch smallpox and die. But I guess while you're over there, fine, you have actually just allowed us to increase our siege equipment, which does mean, yeah, we can actually take down other cities faster. So, well done, I suppose. No! Smallpox has moved on from Ephesus. Boo! Right, where else is there a good outbreak going on? Because, oh, there's some measles going on up here, but that has been there for a while. Is that consumption over there? That's consumption. Consumption's pretty bad, all things considered, and there's a lot of consumption going on over here as well. Okay, new mission for you. Very important new mission. Head over to where there's some consumption and have a little look, see how that's getting on. Oh, no. Oh, I bet it's terrible. There you go. Stand right in the middle of it. Right in the middle of all of the rats and the cloud of toxic sludge. My extremely sexy Emperor Palpatine wife. So, the summer fair's happening as usual. We've got some mages and diviners. Now, I could allow them to stay, but that would actually get rid of Zealous. Zealous is good. That's +2 martial. And also loses a bit of piety. Or I can banish them. That slightly increases local revolt risk. But it's only +1.5%. And it gets me some piety. And I'd rather keep Zealous for the +2 martial. That's worth quite a few troops. Yes, I'm going to banish them forever. And that revolt risk is seemingly just flipping fine, to be honest. I mean, right over here it's 5% due to incompetent rule, but that doesn't really actually involve me at all. Yes, it strikes me as that's perfectly eminently manageable. Maybe I'll actually move this guy over to suppressing revolt just in case, because, I mean, quite frankly, that's overkill. But screw it, just in case. Oh, this is good. This is excellent. My wife has become stressed. Excellent indeed. So health is already down. That will sync up very nicely with some consumption. Oh, and apparently I enjoy a drink at the local monastery, but 50% chance of... Oh, only 20% chance of drunkards. But drunkards really bad. Yeah, that's really bad. I mean, +1 learning's not even that great. And I might gain temperate, which is actually really good. Yeah, stewardship +2. Alright, come on. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. Didn't get it, but no matter. It wasn't worth the risk of drunkard. Drunkard's really bad. Okay, the question is, do I really want to take this gamble right now? Because I've got... Also, why are you just attacking there? Who are you exactly? You are just some... Okay, why is an English revolt? Like, should you not be... Well, technically, I suppose that is like de jure England. Right, what's going on with you guys right now? Why are you all causing trouble for me? Right, Gloucester is technically attacking the English revolt in... Oh! You guys decided to try and push your de jure claim on Oxford, did you? Well, that's kind of stupid of you when you didn't actually have the manpower to do it. If you just waited for those guys to actually, like, you know, flipping win their war against England, which they were going to do pretty bloody quickly, then actually the King of England would have been completely flipping harmless. Then he could have just walked into Oxford and taken it. But now you're going to get your arse handed to you. And even more, oh, if they just handed victory to Wessex. If they distracted this army for too long, there's a very real possibility they might have just actually handed victory over to flipping Wessex. Because if these guys don't get up to 100% before these guys do, oh flip, that'd be a problem. Right. Do I take the risk and create the Kingdom of Brittany? Because that would be an extra 0.8 a month. Which over, like, you know, the course of decades will really flipping add up. And it's worth 400 prestige up front. Screw it, I'm going to create the Kingdom of Brittany. So, that is now mine as well. And, what do you mean title loss on succession? Why? Wait, what? Okay, it's just because there's been no votes yet whatsoever. That's fine. Guess who I'm voting for? Yeah, it's Michael. Now that should... Yes, that's got rid of that. So right now, Michael basically stands to win literally everything. He's got basically all the votes for everything. And honestly, he's not terrible, but I'm also aware I have just basically created a scenario where it's really, really, really in his interest if I die. like, massively in his interest. And also, Duke Beloved the Strong has formed an alliance with... Oh, is that... Hang on, is Munster now simultaneously allied with... Yes, Munster is now allied with both Wessex and Leinster. That's... Okay. That's 4,000 troops. Alright. And then you've got another 4,000 troops. And then Wessex is bringing not as much. But Wessex also might be about to take York. And they're all allied. And I think they like each other more than they like me. Meaning at this point, if Michael declares... No, wait, hang on. Michael's not part... Michael's the one person who's not in this alliance. Why would you not want to... Okay, you are going to be wanting to get in that alliance. I mean, oh, he's got non-aggression pacts. Well, with Beloved anyway. If he just forms an alliance with Beloved, there could be a chain reaction that drags everyone into a war against me in favour of Michael. I need more troops. I need a lot more troops, because if he joins in, like if all of them join together, they've got, I think, over 15,000 strength. Now, I've only got 11,000 that's actually my own. Right. You know what's going to save me? USLAS is going to save me. Continue upgrading. I don't have the money, because I just set up that kingdom. But as soon as I do have the money, I will continue to upgrade USLAS. That's not USLAS. That's okay. That's okay. We're already upgrading USLAS. That's fine. That's nice and cheap. We're already upgrading barracks there. I'm getting this place under control. It's all going to be fine. But yes, I'm starting to get very nervous. Very, very nervous indeed. But if I can survive to about 1225, at that point, we should be okay. I mean, these guys... They're mostly okay with me, but then Caddock the Cannibal was okay with me, and he ate me. And also, me and my dad love each other. Well, that's very, very sweet indeed. Nice. And my wife has still not caught consumption. Please get on with it. Oh, flip. There it is. Sorry, I was just considering imprisoning her, but no, I don't want any more of the bloody tyranny. Michael of Cornwall is now allied with Duke Beloved the Strong. There is now a chain of alliances that could pull everybody into a war against me. If this guy, yeah, has any form of claim against me, that is going to be a problem. I need to keep a really close eye on your claims. And, oh yes, sorry, I forgot about the fact I locked you away during the Summer Fete for... Wait, no, this is a... Oh no, you're the guy who literally stabbed one of my servants to death because he poured some wine on you. Honestly, you can just go in the oubliettes. And don't forget to hold a feast, because I like the feasts. The feasts are good. Oh, and the prestige gain is up to almost plus 11 a month. That is, yeah. Honestly, at this point, I think we're in good shape. So let's just, let's just quickly math this up a little bit. So let's just say that's 10. So that's about 120 every single year. So as a result of that, yeah, that's 1,200 every 10 years, give or take. So we've already got, in fact, a bit more because I was rounding down to 10 from 10.5. I'm already at, 3,600. So I need about another 4,000, let's just say 4,500 to get up to the actual threshold. I'm 26 right now. Now, it's far from a sure thing, but even at my basic day-to-day prestige gain, if Catastrophe can survive until, well, who knows exactly, somewhere in the range of 55 to 65, he should hit it normally. And bear in mind, I'm also just, dropping in the extra 10 all over the place. Generally, every feast and every summer fair is worth at least 10, often with a chance of a bit more. Now, I'm temporarily out of Irish territory to smash, but there is Northern Ireland. As soon as my wife just kind of catches consumption and dies... By the way, she caught consumption and died. No, she's still just stressed, unfortunately. But stressed and 46 is not a good combination at this point in history. So maybe we'll be able to get rid of her anyway. It might all be absolutely flipping fine. Yeah, as soon as we get rid of her, I might be able to attack Scotland. Because at that point, presumably, we'll just toss the non-aggression pact out of the window. We're no longer related in any way. Though rather frustratingly, I can't help but notice that as she's actually going to die without a new male heir from me to be top of the list, these titles are going to be inherited by her eldest daughter, who is in fact the flipping Queen of Norway. So actually, I've wasted 10 years of my life on this woman, and Norway is going to be the one that ultimately gains the benefit from it. And yeah, the woman in Norway has also already managed to produce one flipping son. So basically, screw you Norway and screw you my wife. And there we go, there's the final 10 prestige for, yeah, the feast, which everybody came to aside from a handful of stupid mayors and bishops, but screw them. But you know what, ladies and gentlemen, I'd say that's enough for now. We have made some excellent progress on the prestige. We have made it, yeah, a very healthy amount of the way already to the 8,000 we need to set up the empire and quite frankly sort all these problems, because as soon as like other people are king, I don't care if people vote kings in different directions and whatever. As long as I hold Cornwall and I am the emperor, then well, unless of course Michael just basically takes Brittany and Ireland and then just decides he fancies being emperor. That could happen too. That could happen, but it's fine because Michael's of my dynasty, so we just play as him. We'd just play as Michael the Bastard for a while. It'd be absolutely a-okay. But hopefully it will not come to that. And hopefully my wife will catch consumption and die. And hopefully I will get a new, much better, much younger, more fertile wife. And everything will be wonderful. And I'll attack Scotland and there'll be 10 bajillion points of prestige coming out of that. And maybe, just maybe, if we're very lucky, at some point I'll actually start an excommunication war that I'm allowed to bloody finish. All of that will come very, very soon indeed, ladies and gentlemen. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been Crusader Kings 2. Thank you very much, and goodbye. You know, I really hope we've agreed open borders with Japan, by the way. Otherwise, they have basically just invaded. I may have picked the wrong fight over... Yep. And my cities, of course, have got even more flipping high-tech. They're mysteriously still completely dependent on, you know, an aqueduct. Now, I'm not saying your entire army is mostly already dead, but it kind of actually is.